Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Financial Express newspaper headline. So, first of all, new IT regime may see rate cut. Next, budget may unveil a clutch of PLI schemes. Next, 15% tax for manufacturing unit may be extended by another year. Next, good governance must build trust. Amit Shah. Next, SEBI moods fund blocking for secondary market. नेक्स्ट भारत पे फाउंडर भाविक कोला दिया सूजेस अश्नीर नोवर ग्रोवर नेक्स्ट द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नेक्स्ट 1600 tech staffer fired a day in Jan. On page number 2 in economy section under that 3 more coal blocks allocated by government for commercial mining. Next PhD CCI 6 more tax rebates in budget. Next, Russian oil imports at 29% higher in December. Next, sugar export contracts for 5.5 m tons signed. Next, CIL unions waiting for 19% wage hike pact. Next, 15% tax for manufacturing units may continue for one more year. Next, fertilizer ministry 6 extra rupees 30,000 crore subsidy for quarter 4. Next, above estimates the extra subsidy would be additional to rupees 2.15 trillion already allocated by the finance minister for soil nutrition. Next, the budget estimate for fertilizer subsidy in the current fiscal is rupees 1.05 trillion. Next, the requirements turned out to be much higher as the Ukraine war broke out expectedly. Next, electricity demand seen to grow at 6 to 7% in quarter 4. Next, windfall tax on crude, diesel, aviation, turbine fuel cut. Next, premature to say that India will replace China. Next, investor summit UPI's rupees 17 trillion funding. Next, transition to a sustainable global energy system imperative RK Singh. On page number 3, in economy section under that, delayed issuance of visas, US expedites process. Next, G20 meet focuses on funding for urban infra. Next, Mexican bond model for EMS. Next, FinMin to meet heads of PSBs tomorrow. Next, insurers eye more tie-up with MFIs for rural boost. On page number 4 in company section under that, Microsoft invest in draw in box at over $1 billion valuation. Next, India is ready to pay premium for next car. Next, TV18 broadcast quarter 3 profit down 87%. Next, Tata Metallics quarter 3 net profit fall 73%. Next, MO alternatives to launch rupees 2000 credit reality fund. Next, OYO to refile draft IPO papers by mid-Feb. Next, ITC said to acquire 100% in health food brand Yoga Bar. Next, Agri Drive ITC targets to connect 1000 FPOs via super app Mars. Next, apparel sales slow down on price pressures. Next, many clients to focus on aggregate cost initiatives. Next, Adani to deploy trucks powered by hydrogen. Then on page number 5 in company section under that, Maharashtra Indo Taiwan JV to set up $2.5 billion smart energy infra. Next, Avenue Supermarts analyst worried over slow expansion, drop in margin. Next, India INC quarter 3 revenue seen rising 14%. On page number 6 in it, it's an opinion section under that, searching for oil and gas. Next, fuel under recoveries fall. Next, a new regulatory outlook. Next, don't need a big tech competition law. On page number 7 in brand wagon section under that, in terms of retail growth, 2022 was an exceptional year for us. Next, don't lose the human touch. Next, safe work is a waste of clients' money. Next, when a personal loan is a bad move. Next, tax norms on joint land development needs a relook. On page number 8 in international section under that, China's population shrinks for first time since 1960. Next, China's GDP sinks to 3% in 2022, second lowest in 50 years. Next, baby stocks fall as hopes dim for population's turnaround. Next, Foxconn replaces iPhone Biz head after tumultuous year. Next, UK pay growth picks up more pace. Next, Goldman Sachs misses profit estimates. Next, Morgan Stanley beats profit forecasts. Next, Sri Lanka nears IMF bailout as India set to back debt plan. Next, Pakistan PM to India, let us talk on burning issues like Kashmir. Next, UNSC list LET Maki has global terrorist after China lift block. Next, budget may unveil a clutch of PLI scheme. Next, on page number 9 in market section under that, SEBI returns Lava International's draft IPO paper. Next, Innova Captive Blue Jet Healthcare gets IPO nude. Next, BUI's net grows despite jumps in provisions. Next, more banks to issue infra bonds to bridge credit deposit gap. Next, equity mutual funds cash level rises in 2022. Next, AMCs with the high cash. Next, ICICI Prudential quarter 3 net profit declines 29%. Next, India's relative valuations have expanded compared to others EMS. On page number 12 in market section under that, Brent crude hits 2 week high. Next, Sensex soars 563 points, Reliance HDFC twins shine. Next, administrator of Reliance Cap did not float rules, court told. Next, ICICI Lombard profit rises 11%. Next, Federal Bank steps up effort to grow credit card business. On page number 17 in UP Global Investor Summit section under that, Team Yogi evokes a grand response in Chennai. Next, Yogi's charm pooling investors. Next, Lucknow garners investments worth rupees 1.32 lakh crore. On page number 18 in nation section under that, 5G phone shipments to grow 70%. Next, Rapido moves apex court against High Court order. Next, hydrogen mission to help cut cost experts. Next, ICRA outlook on toll road project growth. Next, Moody's OMCs to see profitability in FY24. Next, mineral production rises 9.7% in November. Next, 5G phone shipments to grow 70%. Next, the basic structure of the constitution. Next, rising home prices, rentals renew inflation threat. Next, make money first, geopolitics can wait. Then on page number 20 in that, online gaming firms flag complaints burden KYC. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.